Greetings and namaste. I'm Sydney Solis, and this is Storytime Yoga. And this is my friend Hamsa. How are you doing today, Hamsa? I'm in love. You're in love, isn't that wonderful? Well, you know, it's February and Valentine's Day is coming up. So tell me all about it. Oh, there's a problem. How can there be a problem? Well, love can be difficult, but true love, there's never a problem there. Oh, well, I'm in love with the peacock, and he lives in the king's palace, and he has such fine feathers. I'm just a whirring white-feathered swan. Oh, well, love is beyond just your fine feathers, and he should love you for just who you are. Oh, what? Oh, well, let me tell you a story. Okay, thank you. This story comes from India, and it's called The Wealthiest Fisherman in the World. Now, once upon a time, there was a king named Jamatachi, and he lived in the kingdom of Sing. And oh, he was so fabulously wealthy. He was so enormously successful, and his palace was just great opulence. He had a fine court, and he was famous throughout the land. Now, he was very, very happy in his kingdom and in all of his success, except for one thing. He didn't have a wife. He didn't have a wonderful love to share his beautiful palace and life with. Well, he always met very wonderful people, all the time wonderful women in his daily goings about of his work, but they just didn't do a thing for him. So, one day he took a vacation to somewhere he had never been in his entire life. He went to the seashore. And he relaxed in great comfort to the sound of the waves rocking him to sleep. And one day, lo and behold, walking on the seashore, he saw the most beautiful fair maiden in the world. Why, her name was Nuri, and she was the daughter of a fisherman. She spent her days working in the garden and taking care of the home that the family lived in. And she would spend her leisurely time walking on the seashore and looking out at the beautiful, beautiful waves. Why, she had a beautiful laugh and this twinkle in her eye. Of course, the king, he fell in love with her immediately, and he said, "Oh, fair maiden, won't you please be my wife?" And she thought, well, he was equally charming and fine, and she said, "I will." So off they went to his palace, where they lived in grand splendor, and she had everything she could possibly want. But you know, things were really, really different in the palace. It was much different from her life on the seashore. Why, she was now the Queen Nuri, and she had to dress a certain way. It was kind of stiff, and she had to sit a certain way. She couldn't move all that well, and why, she had lots of duties to do, lots of court matters and people to tend to, and gosh, there was all of the windows in the palace. She couldn't see the beautiful seashore from any of them, and well, there's so many things to do, and it was high maintenance in the palace, and she got kind of really stressed, and well, that beautiful twinkle in her eye, it started to fade, and her mouth just started to turn down. And the king, why, he noticed this. What's wrong with my beautiful wife? She must need more things to play with, more riches. And so he heaped them on her. Tons of jewelry, fine things. Oh, it was incredible. She was getting buried in the beautiful things. Still, she looked out the window. She couldn't see her beautiful seaside. And so, finally, the king, he was filled with so much love for his wife, he asked, "What's wrong with you, darling? What's wrong?" She said, I miss the seashore. This palace is so beautiful. I thank you so much for it, but truly I miss my garden, the simple little life by the sea." And the king, he understood. He said, "My love, I let you go. You can go to the seashore, and I love you so much that I will go with you." And the king, he left his throne. He gave it all up. He and his beautiful wife Nuri, they went and lived by the sea, and they were so happy. Being a fisherman, he became a fine fisherman with lovely fish every day, and they had the most beautiful garden. And never once did the king ever regret his decision, because always he could live with his beautiful Queen Nuri by the beautiful sea and be always in love. So you see, Hamza, love isn't about things or what you look like or what you have or do or appear. Love is just love. It's something you just can't deny or can't resist. You have to be with that person you love. Oh, I understand now. Thank you so much. Yes, and for this Valentine's Day, practice self-love as well. Be sure to meditate because all that stuff about who we're supposed to be or what we're supposed to wear is just chit-chat from this culture we live in. And truly, we just want to live from our own hearts, okay? Be true to yourself. Love yourself for all of who you are. Practice heart-opening poses like cobra, the snake, and camel. Lift your heart up and give yourself the love that you deserve and send that love out into the world. It will be a better place because of it. Oh, thank you so much. You're so welcome. So, tune in next time for another story on Storytime Yoga. I'm Sydney Solis. Namaste and have a magical day. Namaste.